Some of the world's greatest sports cars have worn a BMW M badge. And no, I'm not talking about the M Sport trim packages that you can add to pretty much any 3 Series these days. No, those are fluff. A proper M is born and bred for the track first and foremost. And they have names that are far more simple. M5, M3, and now we have this, the 2017 BMW M2.
So why another M? Simple. The M2 has a wheelbase that's 4.7 inches smaller than the M3 and M4. When you cut that much metal out, it's bound to make the vehicle lighter, which means that it handles better, right?
Under that bulging hood is BMW's 3-liter straight 6 with a single twin-scroll turbo. Some of its parts are borrowed from the M235i's mill, but the pistons, rings, and other bits are straight out of the M4. This M2 makes up to 365 horsepower and up to 369 pound-feet of torquey goodness. The 6-speed manual transmission is also borrowed from the M235i, but here it has a shorter final drive. It also rev matches on the downshift, which is kind of neat.
An automatic is available, but as far as I'm concerned, that's missing the point of the M2 entirely.
Power is transmitted to the rear tires through an electronically controlled differential. Like the M4, this car comes with Michelin Pilot Supersport tires. They're fat and sticky and provide oh so much grip. But it's not all unicorns and buttercups with this M2.
The driver's seat isn't straight. They've put it slightly off center, which is weird. And then there's the suspension. The M3, M4 have adaptive dampers. This car has fixed-rate shocks. And that's not all. There's one more thing that really bugs me about this M2. The M2 is Long Beach Blue Metallic. That caliper is Imola Blue. Really, BMW?
So why doesn't this M2 have the same suspension setup as the M4? BMW claims they didn't want to just make a smaller M, they wanted to make a different M.
Oh, and is it different? It's so much more nimble and tossable than the more powerful M4.
And the grip, so much grip, even without the fancy and expensive adaptive suspension.
Instead, it comes with fixed-rate dampers. But that's okay. The size, the performance, the handling, it's like an amazing mix of everything that you want in an M car. It's small, it's nimble. The M3 has simply gotten too big for this kind of driving. However, this M2, yeah, it's practically perfect. Woo!
Then there's the steering. Yes, it is electronic, but it is simply sublime. I can chuck it about without losing track of where it's pointed.
Like all M cars, you have a variety of settings you can play with. There's Comfort, Eco, and of course Sport and Sport Plus. Well, today all we care about is that Sport Plus. Because this is what this M is made for.
The brakes are massive 15-inch discs on the front, 14.5s on the rear. If I needed to stop on a dime, I probably could. Quite literally.
Hey, somebody, get me a dime! No? Okay. And then the tires, as they warm up, they get progressively more grip. It really is a track day car that is pretty affordable. I mean, this car is about $50,000. And that's amazing.
Top speed is artificially limited to 155 miles per hour, but there's no way we'll even get close to it on this course. I think we need something a little bit bigger.
With me here is Fred Wright. He's the general manager of the Ridge Motorsport Park where we're filming today. Now, you already own one BMW, right?
Actually 2.
Oh, what do you got?
I have a race car, which is a Spec E46, and then we have a BMW 235.
Okay, so that's the car that this car is basically built from.
Pretty much.
Cool. So you have driven many laps here at the Ridge, being the fact that you're the general manager and whatnot, and you get all the track time you want. How many laps do you think you've done here?
Well, it really doesn't work that way, Ryan, but I wish it did. You'd think it might, but a lot of times you get to watch other people race. But I have done a lot of laps here. I've probably done 8 or 9 enduros, and those are 3-hour stints, and I probably can get in 2-minute laps. So that's well over 1,500 to 2,000 laps on this track.
Okay, well, I've done 2 laps on this track, so I'm not qualified to really drive this car on the big course.
Okay.
So how about you take it out for us and you tell us your thoughts about this car on that track?
Okay.
Okay.
Look at the power coming out of the corner. I mean, there's more power than I can give it.
Fast, you get a lot of compression coming down here.
You can just feel it digging into the asphalt. As you put the power into it, you can feel the traction, the grip.
And it feels to me in the passenger seat that it's really planted. It's really like level, and you're not getting a ton of body roll, but you're getting enough to know what's going on. Is that accurate?
Well, the thing that's great about it is not only is the car planted, but it feels like there's very little roll to the body at all. I mean, the car is just stiff, but not too stiff.
Yeah.
And it feels like it's made to be on the track.
The BMW M2 is a revelation. Just when we thought the Bavarian carmaker was forever going the way of bigger, faster, and more bloated cars and crossovers, they give us this. It may not be for everyone, but for a select few, the M2 is as good as it gets.